Hello chamber bass players! Welcome to our second video lesson. Hope you guys had a nice little spring break hiatus. Today we're going to be going over the trio version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So you should be able to pull up this document from the same place that you pulled up the document for the last video. And again, the best way to watch this is probably on your phone, connected to speakers if you can, and with a laptop in front of you to look at the document. If that's not available to you, that's okay, just do the best you can. And also, you should have, as requested in the last video, downloaded an app called Acapella. Now, that is going to be the way that we can play this trio together with all of us, so it's going to be pretty cool. Jaden, I'm not actually sure if you have an iPhone. I know the other two do, and this app only works with an iPhone, so if you don't have an iPhone, please send me a little message and we'll figure something else out. But we're going to go line by line and kind of work through this piece, starting with the top line. And I've got my looper pedal here, so I'm going to record it, and as this video is going, you're going to see kind of how it all fits together, so it should be pretty cool. So starting with the top line, I'm going to play through it, and then we'll talk through it, and then I'll play it again, and you can play with me. So here it is. 2, 3, 4. Alright, so that's that. A couple things I want to point out about the fingerings that I have written in here. So go to measure 5, and that first note I have a 4 written above the E. And you might be thinking, like, how am I going to play a 4 down here? But we're not talking about that E. We're talking actually about this E over here on the A string. So you're going to have kind of a big string crossing section right here. So the note before it is a D. And then you're going to hop all the way over to your 4th finger on A string for that E. And then 1st finger on G string for C. So those notes all together sound like this. Measure 5. So that's that section, and then another little note I want to make is the last 2 notes, you've got a 2 and a 4. And that 2 is kind of weird to play after a 1st finger on the A, but it's going to set us up for the correct position to close that G, because you don't want to be the only person playing an open string there. So those last 2 measures look like this. Shift 2, 4. Hear a really nice vibrato on that closed G. So that's it for the first line. Now I'm gonna record it onto my looper pedal and you guys can play along with me, okay? So hitting 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now we're going to move on to the bottom line. So take a look at that really quick. Whoops. So the bottom line, a couple notes to look at are just that I've got a lot of 4s written in over the D, any D note. So I'm kind of encouraging you there to close as many open strings as possible. So here is how that bottom line sounds. 2, 3, 4. So feel free to, at any point in this video, pause, practice on your own, and then come back to this video. So now I'm going to play that and record it in with what I just looped in a minute ago, and we'll see how the first line and the last line, the third bottom line, sound together. Alright, not sure if that recorded in there, so we're going to do that one more time. Okay, so now we're going to move on and learn the middle line. So this one is kind of a harmonization to the melody that you hear in the first line. And here's how it sounds by itself, kind of weird. 3, 4. So try your best to follow the fingerings that I have written in here because they will set you up to play it a little bit easier with less shifting. For example, like in measure 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got a 2, 2 and a 1 for that F sharp and F natural, and that is to set you up to play that C next without shifting. So we've got a few things in there like that, so just pay attention to those little finger markings. And we're going to hear how it sounds with the other 2 tracks, so I'm going to record that in now. So that last little bit there, that middle line gets kind of a little solo in that last measure there, so that should be fun for somebody. But yeah, that's how it all sounds. I'll give you a little demo of how it all sounds together, and I'll show you my setup here. If I get my phone out of here. So my bass has a pickup on it right here. So I've got that plugged in to my looper pedal. That's right here. And then my looper pedal is plugged into my amp right here. So that's where the sound is coming out. And I'll play it for you guys. So I just click this with my little toe, and it plays what I just recorded. So that is what your all's video should sound like once we're done with it. It's going to be pretty cool, and on the video it'll show like all of your faces and little side by side. So it'll be pretty cool. I'm excited to see how it turns out. Please send me any messages or texts if any of this isn't working for you, and we can figure out another way so that you can get material to play bass. And hope you guys are doing well. Bye. See you next time.